Hello and welcome back to Too Many Books. My name is Sean, and today I'd like to talk to you about Devil's Creek, a novel by Todd Keisling. No, this book is not all beat up or anything like that. That is just the design of the book itself. This particular one is the trade edition from Cemetery Dance. I will talk more about the publishing history of this because it's been out of print twice and the third copy is now up for pre-order. But I'll talk about that after the novel itself. This is my first full novel that I've read by Keisling, and it certainly won't be the last because holy crap, he knocks it out of the park. I mean, I've seen a lot of high praise for this. I mean, there's a whole bunch of blurbs and praise right in the start of the novel alone, including in the introduction by Ronald Malfi, and it is well deserved. This is a 500-page horror novel that really delves into unholy terrors that are befalling a small town. I mean, it starts off in the 80s outside Stafford, Kentucky, 1983, when you're dealing with the Lord's Church of Holy Voices, which is basically a death cult church. You know, the Father Jacob Masters, has his flock of followers, and they are ready to give their life to the mysterious God that they are worshiping. When some of his followers decide that they are going to rise up against them and save their children. Those 6 children become known as the Stauford 6. They are the 6 young survivors from this death cult. And suddenly you're flash forward to present day, or at least present day when the novel was written, right before COVID. So, you know, almost 40 years later, and the Stafford 6 are now adults. And good old little Jack has grown up. He has moved away from Kentucky, whereas the other 5 from the Stafford 6 have all remained in the area. And you are brought into their shoes to see what's going on with the town, how their lives have affected them, what's going on. And unfortunately, when Imogene Tremley has passed, which is the grandmother who saved young Jack, Jack has to return to Stauford, Connecticut. But he's not the only one returned to Stauford. No, in fact, there is some deep, dark evil that is returning to Stauford, that evil that has been slumbering since the death cult of the 80s. And you soon find yourself on one hell of a roller coaster ride as the town slowly falls to this evil, and it's up to Jack and some of his siblings from the Stafford 6 and some other characters that you will meet along the way as they try to battle against this evil and save the town and ultimately save the world in a way. And damn, talk about world building. I mean, this novel being 500 pages, it's hefty. There's a lot to this with Keisling's novel. He pulled out all the stops. There are plenty of characters upon characters upon characters beyond Jack and his siblings, his half-siblings. I mean, when the town starts to fall, I mean, that's not a spoiler. That's just, the nature of any sort of horror kind of element of this game. When the town starts to fall, you literally spend chapter after chapter and piece after piece kind of jumping between all these different characters and kind of getting an overall view of this hell on earth taking place. I mean, he does not hold back on the world building. Some might even find it to be too much world building. Some people might say, hey, get on with the plot. You're spending too much time detailing every last piece of each of these characters' lives, of what they're doing, what their jobs are, what their hobbies are, who they know. And you're getting all of these rich details. But I think it works exceptionally well. You're really diving into these details and you get to know them so that when horror does strike, you really feel for it. It creates this vast and just vivid tapestry. It's not really Southern Gothic, although you could say that, it kind of has Southern Gothic elements, especially being in Kentucky. But it builds upon it with just like master strokes left and right. And I have to tip my hat to you, Todd Keisling. This was incredible. I mean, you could definitely see his influences from all sorts of different authors within this. I mean, he has a very rich attention to detail and character building that you could find in some of Stephen King's strongest novels. You have some, honestly, like sexual pervasion that's akin to like Bentley Little novels. Maybe you got some good old Richard Lehman tossed in as well with like just gruesome horror. I mean, he is really reaching to all corners of the horror landscape with this novel. I think it pulls it off quite well. And I mean, honestly, there are a lot of trigger warnings that one could have here. He even puts in the front here a nice little author's note, including situations involving racism, homophobia, implied child abuse, implied pedophilia, implied rape, incest, both implied and described. I mean, there's a lot of gore in this novel, a lot of stuff that might make your skin crawl. So this is not for the faint of heart. But honestly, you're probably not looking for a horror read anyways if you're, looking for something, if you're, not of the faint of heart. But this is a solid horror read. And it's perfect time for spooky season if you're looking for a nice little Halloween read. It doesn't take place in Halloween or anything, but, it's a nice little spooky tale to read by candlelight in this, October near you. So Devil's Creek is definitely one to check out. If you want to check it out, you will, unfortunately, at the moment, have to find it on the secondary market because it did have a bit of a troubled publishing history, which I'll kind of detail now. This edition right here that I have is the Cemetery Dance paperback, which has graciously been signed and personalized to me. Although, it's not actually to me, it's from some other guy named Sean, and I just happened to buy it from him. But I will take it and claim it to be to me. Nothing you can do about that. It was originally published back in 2020, I believe, from Silver Shamrock Publishing. And you're thinking, hey, I haven't heard that name in a couple of years. Or you might be thinking, hey, I don't know Silver Shamrock. Well, Silver Shamrock's not around anymore. Silver Shamrock shuttered their business and put Devil's Creek in limbo. Kevin Lucia and Cemetery Dance stepped into the scene and they produced this very nice paperback. I actually don't know if the same details are here in the Silver Shamrock edition, but I mean, just even from a production standpoint, it's incredible. I mean, each part has, the church there on the front, and then as each part goes through, you see the church get more and more kind of darker. Shades of evil creeping in, the roots beneath the church really kind of becoming more and more present. You kind of have this overlay on the pages itself. When you get to the chapters that are from the point of view of Imogene Tremley, so you can see the evil kind of poking through. You get this nice kind of almost lined paper style. It's just a really nice production. However, it had its own issues. Todd Keisling very much wanted to get paid for his novel, and he had some issues with Cemetery Dance where he wasn't getting paid for his novel. It led to a bit of controversy for Cemetery Dance, and in particular, Richard Chizmar, the guy behind Cemetery Dance, who made some comments about Todd Keisling that were less than favorable. They were actually downright insulting. Which led to Keisling wanting to bring his novel out from Cemetery Dance, take it back from them. He was given the rights to his novel back, so the Cemetery Dance one has also gone out of print. If you want to buy a copy that's not on the secondary market, there is a new edition that is being published by Bad Hand Books in 2026. So this is going to be the third publisher to do the trade release. So unfortunately, this has had a long, arduous journey, but hopefully it will find a nice permanent home with Bad Hand Books. If you pre-order it, you get a signed book plate from Todd Keisling. Link in the description below if you want to check that out. As far as signed limited editions go, Thunderstorm Books did a limited edition that was like 50 copies or 52 copies. Long sold out. It's from their Black Voltage line, so it's going to be a larger trim size, bonded black leather for the cover. It is signed and numbered by Todd Keisling, and that does fetch a pretty penny on the secondary market as well. So there's lots of options there, but unless you're going to wait on a pre-order from Bad Hand Books, you're going to have to rely on the secondary market, whether it be the Silver Shamrock edition, Cemetery Dance edition, or the more elusive Thunderstorm Books edition. But, I mean, I'm sure there's I don't even know if there's a ebook or audiobook available right now, because I don't know who would own the copyrights to that. I would imagine Keisling got the rights back from when Cemetery Dance forfeited the rights, but I don't know if Keisling has put out a audiobook or ebook by himself yet. I'm not sure. But anyways, Devil's Creek's definitely worth checking out, especially, like I said, if you're looking for a nice little spooky read for Halloween, fall, and winter. Definitely worth checking out, even if it's on the secondary market. Or, like I said, a new version from Bad Hand Books coming soon to a mailbox near you. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel here. I do at least one book review a week. One book review a week. Plenty of unboxing videos in between here and there. But check out Todd Keisling. Check out his upcoming pre-orders from Bad Hand Books, which is Devil's Creek, and the reissue of Cold, Black, and Infinite, a short story collection. And we'll see you around next time.